Hello, beautiful souls. I was trying to ground and center myself, and then I thought, let's do it together. So, breathe any way that feels comfortable to you. Release anything that doesn't serve your greatest and highest good. It's become a saying, it's become a cliche, but it's true. So many things need to peel away. But we're going to do this together, day by day, bit by bit, piece by piece. I'm excited. I can see a lot of things are changing all around me. And I had a really cool experience today with the hummingbird and the spider. And I will post a shorts video. I mean, it was so magical. But for this moment, for this second, sorry, it's my allergies. You can hear I'm having a hard time breathing. Listen to the birds outside. Can you hear them? Get calm with me. You can open your eyes if you haven't already. Did you hear that? That was a message from Spirit. The healing is still going on. All you have to say is, I accept this healing. We're going to read from the hummingbird. I just cleaned these, but I put my oily little fingers on them. So the healing will continue. You know, wherever you go, whoever you go to heal you, that's okay. I just work in a different way. You'll continue to feel it. because I called upon your higher self and my higher self and all the healing energies of the universe and those who wish to be here today to guide us along this journey, and definitely to the hummingbird spirit, which is number 44. So if you've been seeing the number 44, Joy, the name Joy, I feel like for some of you, you're pregnant and you've been thinking of a new name. I feel like Joy is supposed to be the name if you've been thinking that. And like maybe 4 means something. It could be April 4th, like the 4/4 portal. Could be a lot of different things, but that's interesting. Also 4 and 4 is the number 8, which is infinity, which is the spider. So if you haven't seen some of my other things, I don't remember which one it was, but you'll have to look through my stuff. But it was, I think, a Tallulah talk and a reading, and then it went to the spider spirit medicine. Anyway, I had this really cool thing with, lately I've been inundated with hummingbirds, like all over, all around. And then I found myself literally saying on my video, I've been backwards, forwards, up, down, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the dragonfly's been doing the same thing. Like, they're the two that they can move different. Like, you know, if a bird's flying, a bird can't just, you know, just go, oh, I'm going to back up really quickly. It's like, no, it doesn't. They would just like, they can turn, you know what I mean? But it's like, they can't just like go beep, 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 beep. Hummingbirds are so powerful that way. So they want us to channel this energy. Right now, we're all going through different things. And some of the things we're going through are really, really tough. Really, really, really tough. In fact, I was trying to get the door out of the way, but I feel like they wanted us to show that, like, we are in charge of our own energy, our portals, our gateways. What energy are we allowing in? Because joy wants to come in, love wants to come in, but what are we bumping up against? What are we fighting against? So the hummingbird little poem says, hummingbird, joyful little sister, nectar you crave, all the sweetness of the flowers is the love you gave. Hummingbird is associated with the ghost shirt religion, which taught that a certain dance done properly would bring about the return of the animals and that white people would disappear. Once again, the original people would know the joy of the old ways. In Mayan teachings, Hummingbird is connected to the black sun and the fifth world. Hummingbird can give us the medicine to solve the riddle of the contradiction of duality. The song of Hummingbird awakens the medicine flowers. Hummer sings a vibration of pure joy. Flowers love hummingbird because nectar sucking brings about the reproduction of their families. Plants flower and live because of hummingbird. Drink some water, I heard they say. As I took I felt really good, but also I just channeled I'm hearing it's okay, you're enjoying, the weather for some of you, or maybe some of you, now you're in like, winter and you're starting to like hunker down. We do have Southern Hemisphere family here. And welcome to everyone and welcome to the new people. But there is, that feeling when summer starts, right? You're excited and you're like, oh, and I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's like, and before you know it, your energy's depleted and you're like, okay, back up a little, right? So I feel like the hummingbird is trying to talk to us about that. Also, I'm hearing almost like a retrograde energy. They also brought my attention to my wild orange. I have a bunch of essential oils in front of or behind this, and my eye is going to this. So I'm hearing for some of you, you need more vitamin C in your diet. Eat more oranges. Or I heard something like, or maybe you're overeating because somebody told you that oranges prevent scurvy. I don't know. I heard that. And I think I remember hearing that. Anyway, work with the orange spirit and the orange energy. And it could just be that you need the orange zest. Maybe you just need to like turn the rind and smell, go get yourself a fresh orange. Please get an organic one. There's toxicity. It's real. So don't put toxic energy into your flow. So it says, I only have a few more minutes here. Hummingbird can fly in any direction, up, down, backward, and forward. Hummingbird can also hover in one spot and appear to be motionless. Have you ever seen that? The other day, I was having some like shit and it was like right in front of my face, and it was just, I mean, it was like everywhere. It was like in that window, in this window, and it was to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh. And then today I'm walking through and the spider comes down and I'm like, what? And I take the spider and I move her over to my altar, and there's like wood and all these things, and she literally turned around and beelined and climbed on top of my medicine card box, which has a hummingbird on it. And I was like, do you want me to do like a little, you know, whatever? And that's when I realized they wanted me to do this. So I'm going to be doing more stuff like this. I don't know what's going to, you know, I go as the wind blows, you know, I'm triple Sag. I'm very mutable, but I also flow like water because my moon's in Scorpio. But I have a lot of mutable in my energy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we are visited by a hummingbird. But anyway, in fact, you know what? I think I'm going to open this just in case. Maybe one's on their way, but I only have like 3 minutes, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, long story short, see how I'm like boom, 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 I'm all over the place? That's because I'm channeling. But right before this, you saw how grounded I was as I was sending healing energy. Some of us have different kinds of energy. We're like the hummingbird. We can go forward, sideward, back. You know what I mean? We have this ability to travel between dimensions. We're starting to understand that like the dream state is anything we want it to be. So is this one. It's just this dream state we've been in has become a very repressed one, a controlled one, a patriarchal one. I mean, why would you ever want to shut down the feminine energy when she's the producer? The baby grows, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to take control of that? It's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know, nature is nature, and when you go against nature, I'm going to tell you something. It's so interesting that they said that about the animals, because I'm watching the show The Dead Zone. I'm like totally binge watching it. We've watched like 3 seasons already. My husband and I were like really into it, with Anthony Michael Hall. I urge you to watch it if you want something to binge watch in summer, winter, whatever. By the way, just because it's summer doesn't mean you have to go outside. If you want to fucking binge watch something for 3 days, that's, you know, and then just make sure you go out and get some fresh air, you know, and then maybe you binge the woods, right? You're in the woods for 3 days. It's like, it's all about moderation. But in one of the episodes, all the animals start going crazy and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And they're killing them, and the animals are like going against them, and they're rising up. They're like, it's an apocalypse and blah, blah, and all this shit, and like it got all biblical. And then they come to find out that no, it was because the dam, this state-of-the-art dam that they had built, was about to burst. I feel like this is a metaphor for some of us. Like maybe you have to cry it out. This full moon. Okay, so in real time, I don't know when they're going to have me post this, but in real time, today is January. July 2nd, 2023. And tomorrow is the full moon in Capricorn, the buck moon. So it's about releasing things and letting things go. There's so many things flying in my face between butterflies, bumblebees, because this is my view. Hold on. So if the hummingbird, it went really quickly, I may not see it, but I know like if they're meant to come into view, they will, because we literally have 1 more minute. But it was the animals were actually trying to let them know, and they started to get aggressive because there was this sound that was coming from the dam getting ready to break because there was too much. She can't hold, sir, right? So what's going on with you? Like, what do you need to release over this full moon? I don't know. It must be coming up today. It must be, because I feel like, I don't know. But anyway, research the full moon, the buck moon, look into it more. Watch the last thing I just did about that, about the full moon, taking your power back. It's about taking our power back. And the animals are like, listen, if you don't fix this fucking dam, or you don't pull this fucking water back right now, it's going to flood and we're all going to die. And they're like, we have nowhere to go. It's like a valley. And they're like, we have nowhere to go. And they were all starting to flee. And they're like, dude, listen how fucking quiet it is in the forest. It was creepy, because the fucking animals know. They know. So work with animals, work with the spirit animals, work with the hummingbird. They may have me do more, but I only got a few more seconds. So anyway, until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. I love you so much. Blessed be. Oh.